good morning from Harmony Mountain Eco-Farm. As you can see out today, why don't we take a little walk here, Riley? It's kind of a rainy, blustery day, and we've had many days of it. So what that means is there's a lot of mud to get stuck in, and there's a lot of ick all around. So basically what I've done is just done my chores. My animals are fed, dry, and they have shelter. But there are other things to do on the farm on this off time where I can't do outdoor work. I can do kind of indoor work, and one of those things is cleaning buckets. Those are things that people don't often think about when feeding their animals, but it's something I kind of have to do once a week to keep things sanitary, especially when I'm putting down a bucket in mud or ick and it gets inside and then I'm feeding that to the animals. That would be pretty unhealthy and unsanitary. So I'm going to show you my little recipe on how to do that. As you can see, I have towels laid out here on my porch, and this is where I'm going to kind of turn my buckets upside down and let them dry so that I could store them away. So I do this outside. I have a hose. Here are my 3 ingredients. I like to use it like kind of an Arm & Hammer sponge. Baking soda, dishwashing liquid that's antibacterial, and I also like to use vinegar, and that seems to do a really good job at keeping the buckets clean. So it's really fairly simple. What I'm going to do is pour. Don't forget about your scoops, folks. If you have your scoops, they need to be done as well. What I'm going to do is put everything kind of on the ground here. So yeah, the mud's pretty gross. Yesterday I was in the pig barn, or in the pig area, and probably many of you know pigs love mud. Well, it just about dried up a little bit, and so it was like clay in there, and I was wearing my muck boots. So as I stepped into the pen to feed them, my boot got stuck in the mud, and I'm going like this, and I'm trying not to fall because I don't want to face plant in mud and pig excrement, we'll say. It was kind of gross. So what ended up happening is my foot came out of the boot, and I'm standing there on one foot trying to get my boot onto my other foot and just try to balance myself out, but even pulling my boot out of the mud was a little bit of a challenge. So beware to those who have to deal with mud. This is just northern, the North Country with the rain and the mud, because I know when I was a suburbanite, this is definitely not something I had to deal with, getting stuck in the mud and constantly washing mud off my boot and sanitizing my footwear before I go into the house, which my husband's always getting on me about. So as you can see, I'm eyeballing it, you know, who cares? It's baking soda and vinegar, not expensive. Oh, it looks like Riley's, are you having a problem, Riley? No. Oh, okay. Riley, my kind assistant, is filming me today, or videoing me. So, I have all those buckets to do, but I'm just going to show you a few of them. The buckets are kind of expensive, so if you can reuse them and clean them, by all means, do so. So the buckets run about $5 at Tractor Supply, or any other feed store. It's kind of a staple. You can even get them at Lowe's or paint buckets, you know. So if any of you know where I could get something a little less expensive than that, please comment below. I would love to know. I'm going to put this on a different setting so that it doesn't make so much noise. No, that's not good either. Maybe shrubs. No, that's not good. Well, I guess it's just going to be loud. So what I do is I pour the soap from one bucket to another. There's no sense in doing this to every single bucket. Again, you want to be economical. I'm going to just put my hose over here, try not to trip over it. And then I just do a nice scrub. You know, it doesn't have to be hot water, though hot water is comfortable, for sure. I love how these sponges can get into the nooks and crannies and just kind of clean it all up. I mean, certainly the outside isn't as important, but the outside can travel to the inside when you're stacking. So certainly, let's get as much of that ick off of there. And you can see this one was pretty dirty. So I'm going to take my soap and I'm going to put it into the next bucket, and then I'm just going to keep washing all this outside. And then bottom, essential. You know, again, when you're stacking the buckets, you don't want to get whatever's on the bottom into the other buckets. So I know these are the kinds of things you don't want to think about with farming because it's not fun. It's not really that much fun. Fun is taking care of the animals, looking at them, holding them. Bottle feeding them is one of my favorite things to do. Just even watching them is a whole lot of fun. If you're thinking about my hat, I love my hat. I love living up here because there's a lot of crafting that goes on. Oops, now I lost my hat, so that's just, hopefully you find that amusing. Anyway, a nice friend of mine made me this beautiful hat. So I'm gonna, again, take my water, and I'm gonna get my bottom clean, and then I go on to the next bucket. So I think you probably get the idea on how to clean a bucket. And I'm gonna quickly rinse. I can rinse inside. So that's how it goes. And then what I do is I just leave them here. Leave them here to dry. And then I go on to do the rest of them. Pretty much that's it. You know, another thing you can do while you're, you know, if you're kind of having to stay inside due to the weather, is make homemade soap. I did that yesterday, and maybe I'll share that with you. It's homemade laundry soap. Super easy, you know, really inexpensive for laundry soap, and it gets the goaty smell that I have sometime on me out. So I hope everyone has a great day. This is your tutorial on bucket cleaning. Hope you have a wonderful day.